What if the only reason your desire hasn't manifested yet is because you are trying too hard to make it happen? You have been told to fight your doubts, to conquer your fears, to wrestle your mind into submission. But what if I told you that every time you fight a doubt, you are actually feeding it? You are about to discover a mechanical flaw in the way you process reality, a glitch that keeps you stuck in a loop of waiting. But there is a way out, a specific 30-second window that changes everything. If you watch this video to the end, you won't just understand doubt, you will possess the kill switch to silence it forever. The struggle ends now. To truly dismantle the structure of doubt, we must first redefine it entirely, stripping away the illusion that it is a logical response to the world around you. You have been conditioned to believe that doubt is a rational assessment of facts, a necessary caution when the evidence of your senses contradicts the desire in your heart. But I tell you, doubt is not an intellectual process. It is a mechanical malfunction of consciousness, a state of spiritual division that fractures your creative power. It arises only when you attempt the impossible feat of serving two masters simultaneously, the inner revelation of your desire and the outer dictation of the physical world. You are trying to stand in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, while keeping one foot firmly planted in the sensory evidence of its absence. This divided stance creates a vibration of dissonance, a psychic friction that you experience as doubt. It is not a message from the future telling you that you will fail. It is a signal from the present telling you that your consciousness is split. As long as you try to hold two opposing realities, the wealth you imagine and the poverty you see, you are neutralizing your own power. This mechanics of doubt operates on a simple, ruthless law. Consciousness cannot occupy two distinct states at the same time without collapsing into the one that carries the most sensory weight. Because you are habituated to the three-dimensional world, your mind defaults to what it can touch, see, and hear, granting it the title of reality, while relegating your imaginal act to the realm of fantasy. This is the great error. When you doubt, you are simply allowing the shadow of the outer world to scream louder than the whisper of the inner man. You are letting the screen of space dictate the film, rather than the projector. The feeling of reality is the secret, and when that feeling is distributed between what you want and what you fear, you remain static. You are not moving forward because you have anchored yourself to the very state you wish to leave, using the senses as your chain. Doubt is the sensation of that chain pulling taut. It is the evidence that you are still reacting to the world rather than affecting it, still a victim of appearances rather than the operant power that selects them. Understand that this state of divided consciousness is an affront to the I am within you. When you say, "I desire this but I doubt it," you are essentially saying, "The world is stronger than I am." You are abdicating your throne. The universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to the unity of your being. It responds when the inner man and the outer man agree. Doubt is the noise of their disagreement. To exist in doubt is to exist in a state of spiritual schizophrenia, where you are praying for rain while frantically checking the forecast for sun. You must realize that the physical world has no creative power of its own. It is a dead mirror. It only reflects what you have been conscious of being. When you doubt the imaginal act because the mirror hasn't changed yet, you are like a man shouting at his reflection to comb its hair before he combs his own. The reflection cannot change until the face changes. Doubt is your refusal to change the face of your consciousness until the mirror proves it is safe to do so. This creates a self-perpetuating loop that traps the aspirant in a cycle of near misses and almost manifestations. The doubt itself becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, not because your fear has power, but because your attention is the lifeblood of reality. By focusing on the discrepancy between your desire and your current fact, you energize the gap. You make the distance real. Every time you validate your doubt with logic, "I can't afford this because my bank account is empty," you are solidifying the emptiness. You are pouring your precious creative energy into the mold of limitation. The facts of your life are maintained solely by your continued consciousness of them. Doubt is the maintenance crew of your old reality. It works tirelessly to repair the cracks in your limitations, ensuring that your prison walls remain thick and impenetrable. To destroy doubt, you must first withdraw your belief in its validity. You must see it not as a voice of reason, but as a temptress luring you back into the sleep of the senses. Therefore, the first step in this transformation is to recognize doubt as a state of unfaithfulness to your unseen reality. In the Bible, this is the meaning of adultery, turning away from the true husband, your imagination, to to consort with the false lovers of the sensory world. You cannot be faithful to your high ideal if you are constantly checking the bed of your physical reality to see if it is there. Fidelity to the state is the price of admission to the fourth dimension. You must be willing to walk blindly into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, trusting that the bridge of incidents will appear beneath your feet as you step, not before. Doubt demands the bridge before the step. Faith takes the step to create the bridge. As you deepen this understanding, you realize that doubt is not something that happens to you. It is something you do. It is an active engagement with the old man, a conscious choice to validate the visible over the invisible. And because it is a choice, it can be revoked. But realizing this is only the beginning, for the moment you identify this split, a dangerous paradox emerges. Your instinct, honed by years of struggle, is to fight the doubt. You feel the fear rising, and you draw your mental sword. You try to argue with the intrusive thought, to debate it with logic, or to crush it with forceful positive thinking. You scream silently in your mind, "I am wealthy, I am wealthy," while the doubt whispers, "You are broke," and thus you enter the arena of conflict. But hear this clearly: to fight doubt is to empower it. In the economy of consciousness, there is no such thing as negative attention. There is only attention. When you fight something, you must first lock your focus upon it. You must locate it, measure it, and engage with it. By wrestling with the doubt, you are feeding it the very energy it needs to sustain its existence. You are breathing life into the monster you wish to kill. The more you resist, the more solid it becomes, for your resistance confirms its reality. This struggle is likened to a man trying to smooth out the ripples in a pond by hitting the water with a flat board. The more he strikes the water to calm it, the more chaotic the disturbance becomes. You cannot force the mind into submission by violence. You can only lead it into peace by non-action toward the negative. When you argue with a doubt, you are vibrating at the frequency of the problem. You are matching the state of lack. You cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it, and fighting doubt keeps you firmly rooted on that level. The doubt says, "Look at this obstacle," and by fighting it you say, "Yes, I see the obstacle, and it is formidable enough that I must battle it." You have just validated the obstacle's power over you. The true master does not fight the darkness. He simply turns on the light. The darkness is not an entity. It is the absence of light. Doubt is not a power. It is the absence of the conviction of the wish fulfilled. Consider the shadow on the wall. If a terrifying shape appears in your room, cast by a small object in front of a lamp, do you attack the wall? Do you plead with the shadow to leave? Do you construct a logical argument proving the shadow shouldn't be there? No. You simply move the object or change the light. Fighting doubt is fighting the shadow. It is a hallucination of conflict. The more energy you pour into this battle, the more exhausted you become, and this exhaustion weakens your ability to hold your desired state. Many of you are tired not because the manifestation is hard, but because you have spent all your energy boxing with phantoms. You are mentally fatigued from arguing with yourself. This fatigue is exactly what the old state wants, for a tired mind easily falls back into old habits. The doubt thrives on your exhaustion. It grows fat on your frustration. The moment you engage in the argument, you have already lost the high ground of the I am. The paradox deepens when you realize that the doubt often masquerades as a helpful protector. It pretends to be reason or prudence. It tells you that by worrying, you are preparing yourself for failure, softening the blow. But this is a lie. Worrying is simply meditating on the unwanted. Fighting this worry with tension is simply meditating on the struggle. You must step out of the ring entirely. You must drop the sword. The way to destroy doubt is to starve it of attention, to treat it with such utter indifference that it withers from lack of sustenance. You must become like a mountain in the wind. The wind howls and screams, but the mountain does not argue with the wind. It simply remains. You must learn to look at a doubt and see through it, to recognize it as a hollow shell with no power other than what you lend it. Stop validating the existence of the enemy. There is no enemy. There is only you and your imagination. Now, we must operationalize this non-resistance. We need a technique that bypasses the urge to fight and instills the habit of instant revision. This brings us to the mechanics of time and the kill switch. You see, a thought of doubt does not instantly harden into a fact. There is a gestation period, however brief. When a doubt enters your mind, it is like a spore floating in the air. rootless, weightless, and powerless. It has potential but no kinetic energy. It knocks on the door of your consciousness. You have a critical window, approximately 30 seconds, before this thought begins to trigger a chemical and emotional response in your body that anchors it as a mood. Once it becomes a mood, it has taken root. It becomes significantly harder to dislodge because now you are not just dealing with a thought, you are dealing with a feeling, a state of being. The secret of the masters is not that they never have doubts. It is that they kill the doubt in the first 30 seconds, before it becomes a feeling. The protocol is precise. The first 5 seconds are the refusal. As soon as the intrusive thought appears, "What if I fail?" you must catch it immediately. Do not finish the sentence. Do not explore where it came from. Do not analyze it. You must meet it with a cold, absolute indifference. Your internal monologue should be, "I am not interested in this." Imagine you are a bouncer at an exclusive club, and a ragged, uninvited guest tries to walk in. You don't argue with him. You simply block the door and look away. This initial refusal stops the momentum of the thought. It prevents the emotional chemical release. You have stopped the seed from touching the soil, but refusal alone is not enough, for the mind creates a vacuum. If you simply say no to the doubt, the silence will soon be filled by another doubt. You must immediately replace the void with the high-octane fuel of your desire. This leads to the next 25 seconds, the redirection. Immediately after refusing the doubt, you must violently and passionately throw your attention onto the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You don't just think about it, you step into it. In those 25 seconds, you must engage a sensory vividness that overpowers the echo of the doubt. If the doubt was about money, for 25 seconds you feel the texture of the bills, you smell the leather of your new car, you hear the teller saying, "Transaction approved." You flood your system with the relief and joy of the end result. You are starving the doubt of oxygen while simultaneously breathing life into your desire. By the time the 30-second window closes, the doubt has dissolved because it found no place to land, and your vibration has shifted back to the wish fulfilled. You have effectively switched tracks before the train could gain speed in the wrong direction. The beauty of this 30-second technique is that it uses the law of immediate impact. A doubt that is ignored and replaced within 30 seconds leaves no scar. It creates no karma. It does not imprint on the subconscious mind. It is as if it never happened. But if you linger, if you entertain the doubt for a minute, an hour, a day, you allow it to sink into the subconscious. You allow it to become a dwelling place. The Bible warns us not to let the sun go down on our wrath. I warn you not to let the minute hand move past the 30-second mark on your doubt. Speed is your ally here. You must be vigilant, you must be quick. You are guarding the sanctuary of your mind, and you cannot afford to let vandals set up camp. This is not about suppressing emotion. It is about selecting reality. You are the selector, and your selection must be swift and decisive. Deepen your understanding of this seed analogy, for it holds the key to your freedom. Your consciousness is the most fertile soil in the universe. It does not judge the seeds that fall into it. It simply grows them. A seed of poison ivy and a seed of a rose are both nurtured with equal impartial love by the earth. Your awareness is that earth. When a doubt enters, it is a seed of poison ivy. In its seed form, it is harmless. You can hold a poison ivy seed in your hand, and it will not hurt you. You can flick it off your palm with a puff of air. This is the doubt in the first 30 seconds. It is separate from you. It is objective. It has not yet entered your system. But if you hold that seed against your skin, if you press it into the soil of your emotion and water it with your focus, it breaks open. It sends down a taproot. It begins to draw nutrients from your own life force. Once the root is established, the dynamic changes. Now trying to remove the doubt is painful. It feels like you are tearing out a part of yourself. This is why long-held beliefs of unworthiness are so difficult to change. They have developed extensive root systems that are intertwined with your identity. You have watered them for years. But the new doubts, the daily anxieties, the sudden fears, these are fresh seeds. If you catch them now, you save yourself years of therapy and struggle later. You must develop a botanical vigilance. You must become a jealous guardian of your garden. Why would you allow a weed to grow to the size of a tree before you decide to cut it down? It is madness. Yet this is what you do when you entertain doubt. You are saying, "Let me see how big this monster can get before I try to fight it." Stop it. Kill the seed. Preserve the garden. The timing is critical because the subconscious mind is impressionable, but it is also habitual. Every time you allow a doubt to take root, you strengthen the habit of doubting. You create a neural pathway that says, "It is safe to worry." But every time you flick the seed away in that golden 30-second window, you weaken that old pathway. You are teaching your soil to reject the poison. Eventually, the soil itself becomes hostile to the weed. You will find that after a period of strict vigilance, doubts simply stop landing. They bounce off your aura because there is no longer any resonance within you to attract them. You have changed the composition of your mental soil. But to get there, you must pass through the fire of discipline. You must be willing to stand guard at the gate of your mind, flaming sword in hand, refusing entry to anything that does not look like your desire. This brings us to the ultimate challenge, the crucible in which your new self will be forged. The 7-day Doubt Hunter training. This is not a passive suggestion. It is a command for those who are serious about being the operant power. For the next 7 days, you are going to adopt a new persona. You are no longer the victim of your thoughts. You are the hunter. Your prey is doubt. You will stalk the corridors of your mind with a relentless predatory focus. Your goal is not to prevent doubts from ever appearing. That is impossible at this stage. Your goal is to catch every single one of them within the 30-second window. You are gamifying your spiritual awakening. Every time you catch a doubt and execute the kill switch, you score a point for the I am. Every time you let one slip and find yourself spiraling 10 minutes later, you reset and start again. During these 7 days, you must be brutal. There is no innocent doubt. A thought like, "I wonder how this will happen," is a doubt. A thought like, "It's taking a long time," is a doubt. A thought like, "Maybe I'm doing it wrong," is a doubt. Hunt them all. When you spot one, pounce on it. "I am not interested." Then boom, flood the mind with the wish fulfilled. You might do this 50 times on the first day. You might feel exhausted. Good. That exhaustion is the feeling of your old slavery dying. You are breaking the chains of habit. You are retraining the muscles of your mind which have grown atrophied from lack of use. You are proving to yourself that you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of the thoughts. The distance you create between the I and the doubt is the space where miracles happen. As you persist past day 3, day 4, a shift will occur. The doubt hunter will begin to find less prey. The silence in your mind will expand. You will notice that the automatic reaction to bad news is no longer fear, but a strange, calm detachment. You will look at the world and feel a sense of superiority over it, not from ego, but from the knowledge that you are the cause, and it is just the effect. This shift in baseline consciousness is the sign that the seed of your desire has taken root, replacing the weeds you have so diligently removed. You are no longer trying to believe, you are beginning to know. The struggle dissolves. The friction disappears. By the end of the 7th day, you will not just have a new desire, you will have a new mind. A mind that is a fortress, a sanctuary where the wish fulfilled is not a visitor, but a permanent resident. And when the mind changes, the world must follow. It has no choice. It is law. You have hunted down the interference, cleared the static, and tuned your instrument to the frequency of the inevitable. Now watch. Watch how the outer world scrambles to rearrange itself to match the clarity of your inner command. You have destroyed the doubt. You have kept the faith. And now, you will behold the glory. You are no longer the hunted. You are now the hunter. The 30-second window is open, and your new life is waiting on the other side of it. Do not let this knowledge sit idle. Test it. Prove it. Tell me in the comments below. I am the hunter. Subscribe and turn on the bell, because we are building an empire of mind, and you are the architect. And if you think this was powerful, the next video will show you how to speed up time itself. Click it now. Your future is waiting.